Right, so round 2 is going to be on Cursed Hollow. By the looks of it, the teams have decided.
Yeah.
And the bans are coming in. We see a Tyrande ban, and I'm going to guess a Tassadar ban.
I'm going to guess a respect ban on Morales.
Nah,
Well, 1 out of 2 actually picked up Morales last time, so they're not
They
going to.
did, yeah.
Maybe an Uther ban.
Ooh, an Abatha ban.
Makes sense. It is Cursed Hollow. Yep, I'm fine with that.
Uther being picked up right away for... I keep wanting to say Invictus Gaming. It's not Invictus Gaming. That's
it's Inside Games. God, the more famous IG. Get it right.
Muradin and Jaina picked back up in return.
And this does leave Tyrael Tassadar for IG, for Inside Games. I think that'd be an immediately great pickup. You pick up Tyrael Tassadar, and it's going to be hard to die, right?
If you pick up Tyrael Tassadar, you could just pick any melee, high damage melee hero at that point. You could run Illidan, you could run Kerrigan.
To be fair, you could just pick up the Kerrigan now. I mean, picking up Kael'thas removes one of the few ranged assassins with a stun. With a stun as part of the base kit. And the 2 kind of ranged assassins that have that are Kael'thas and somebody else, who I forget off the top of my head.
Tyrande?
She's not an assassin?
Well. Okay, I'll let you have that. She plays as sort of an off assassin.
Tyrande and Kael'thas are the 2 really that have a stun. I mean, the only other thing non-talented is Tychus with a grenade.
Tychus with a grenade. Vala's heroic if she chooses to take rain. But
I mean, you've got Falstad with the hammer hitting the first target. You've got Reyna's penetration shot round hitting the first target. You got Nova's root at level 16 if you don't take chilling. But that's all talents you don't tend to see other than the Reyna one and potentially the Falstad one. But yeah, getting into the bans, we're going to have Lost Vikings banned out, so they really don't want to go up against the Rat style massive experience gain. I was going to mention Lost Vikings for Inside Games, but it would have worked, I think, better for 1 out of 5 at this point because
it was Maximus we saw last week. Playing the Lost Vikings on was it Garden of Terror?
It was either Garden or Dragonshire.
And they were just putting those Vikings to work.
Yeah,
Reyna ban here for Inside Games. So a lot of the power picks that we talked about still up here. They could still if 1 out of 2 don't pick 1 out of 2, 1 out of 5 don't pick this up. Don't pick up either the Tassadar or the Kerrigan. We could see Inside Games having that terrifying comp for themselves.
Yeah, and Tassadar would add kind of a ranged assassin slot. We actually see it for 1 out of 5, and they're going to grab the Karazim. So Karazim is a support who really benefits from having an off support. Tyrande is great for him because she can take Shadow Stalk, and that basically means that Karazim is free to take 7-sided strike, which is really, really useful when blowing up warriors. Tassadar and Karazim works really well, regardless of what Karazim ulti you take, but it means that he is geared more towards the Divine Palm. But Tassadar is also more geared towards Forceful these days. Archon's good. Forceful just has more utility now, though, and we've been seeing a lot more in these team picks that
Falstad being picked up here.
Utility is being favoured. Yeah, Falstad. I mean, he's good. He's very high win rate. In the competitive scene at the moment, he does a lot of damage and a lot of mobility. And he's not really a focus target. It's normally the Kael'thas that will be the focus target here.
Yeah, so it does do a lot of damage. We do see them putting out a lot there. His heroics are both being used now, so you do see the Hinterland Blast, and you do see the Sweeping Wind? Sweeping Gust?
Hinterland's Blast and Mighty Gust.
Mighty Gust, that's the one.
Now, I was going to mention before they picked the Johanna that Leoric was an option for them, so the Entomb and then blow away the rest of the team with Mighty Gust.
Yeah.
It's definitely a possibility, but they ended up going with the Johanna, a solid main warrior. I think I would have preferred to see the Leoric in this composition, because you've already got Sanctification to keep Leoric alive. So like I said, I think I would have preferred Leoric, but Johanna works well, just as that kind of real proper frontline solo tank. 1 out of 5 now. I'm not sure what they're gonna pick up here. I mean, they have an option to do a melee, another warrior, or another ranged assassin.
I'll tell you the one thing they're not going to be picking up is Brightwing.
I was going to say they should totally pick up Brightwing. Like, I was literally about to say that, because she's great. But no, they're going to go with Nazebo over Zagara.
Yeah, so...
I would have... I think Zagara would have been a much better pick than Nazebo. They fill out a similar role, but Zagara is able to provide a lot of vision with her creep tumours, able to do as much poke damage to stop the tribute as Nazebo, as well as the fact she has more to do boss steals with. And we saw that. We saw that the last tournament. 1 out of 5 won. I believe it was. They came with with amazing Zagara boss steals on Cursed Hollow, and if it wasn't 1 out of 5, it was another recent tournament and really dominated. The main reason that the team who were playing the Zagara won that Cursed Hollow game.
One thing I will say, that Nazebo is a fantastic pick into the Tyrael, because although they're immune during the Sanctification, you can still summon a zombie wall around them.
Yes.
And then they're locked in place. So pop that Sanctification all you like. If we are not engaged on you fully and we can get back out, that zombie wall can come up, keep you locked in, and then we can bring the pain.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So Infernal...
So, yeah, I can see why that Nazebo does have some good synergy with what they're trying to do. Well, maybe not synergy with what they're trying to do, but disruption for inside games, and maybe trying to throw inside games for a curveball there.
Okay, great. So we're going to do some betting again. Yeah, who do you think will win? You don't have to bet, but who do you think will win with these compositions?
Do
you want me to go first this time?
As I said, I like the Tyrael comps. I think Tyrael is a very, very strong character, and I think we need to see a lot more of them there. But 1 out of 5 with the double support, I'm going to go with inside games. I think we're going for a series here.
Okay, I'm going to go with 1 out of 5 here.
Because it's a double support comp?
Yeah. But not just because of that. I actually think that their composition it's not more versatile, it's not more well-rounded, it's just, I don't know, something about it that speaks to me, and it's not because double support. I mean, Muradin, they've got Muradin, and then they've got Karazim with an off support. They have a Jaina, and then Zebo or Zagara would have filled out that lineup for me, and I think I still would have favoured them. I mean, I don't know who to bet on, but I know I'm favouring 1 out of 5 here for this. So, yeah, I'm going to favour 1 out of 5.
Okay. Is this all the Master Skins coming out for 1 out of 5? I don't know if you can see 1 out of 5 or if you can see Inside Games, but I think this is all the Master Skins coming out.
I'm seeing the one without Master Skins, so... yeah. Now, I'm going to try and make sure I've got this right. So we have on the stream... oh, wow, you guys are not seeing this. There we go. Now you're seeing it. 1 out of 5. That's the wrong way round. Just double check.
They have swapped. So 1 out of 5 are on the blue side and Inside Games are on the red side.
You mean the other way round? Inside Games are on the blue side and 1 out of 5 are on the red side?
I do. I'm sorry.
That's alright. I know what I'm doing. So yeah, we've got the Gazo portraits, typical of Inside Games, coming out, and I do love that. And this clash between two tournament winners. The first game was a good one. It was a bit... It's not as if it was a stomp, but it definitely appeared one-sided. There was not very many points where 1 out of 5 were had a chance to fall behind, other than that overextension at the core, and they still just came through and won the game pretty quickly after that anyway. But getting into this, with 1 out of 5 looking pretty strong, do you want to introduce the blue team of So do you want to
Inside
introduce the
Games?
red team of 1 out of 5 since you introduced them last time?
Did I introduce 1 out of 5 last time?
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay. So you will introduce the blue side first. Then go on.
Okay, we're going to have Kexix playing the Tyrael. Zargonis is on the Kael'thas. Dereneko playing that Falstad. Threy on the Johanna. And finally, Hydax playing the Uther.
And over on the red side, we have Wolves on the Muradin, Gromst on the Karazim, Sergen on Jaina, I still can't say that name, Coolerian on Tassadar, and Endo Rocket on Nazebo.
Yeah, and something, I don't know if you saw that right then, they put up the zombie wall to block the creep, so that is like a super blocked wave. That is really, really
I
heavy.
didn't see that.
So yeah, so the
Wow,
zombie
this
wall
is so far back. That is a really good combination there.
And it's something I'm going to be bringing to my Hero League games, that Nazebo zombie wall.
But they're going to waste some ammo on their turret for that zombie wall because the wave pushed way, way, way back, and it is going to allow guys over on 1 out of 5. I know.
Inside
I will
games.
get the team. I will get the teams the right way around. Inside games to come down to the bot lane and take a poke at Coolerino if they
Now,
can.
for all of those of you who are Quick Match or Hero League noobs and scrubs, I'm not pointing at any names. Lust.
Anyway,
The watchtowers are not a focus here. I mean, Kexix just come to steal the vision over, but the top watchtower, not touched. Nobody cares about it. It's not
they're in
it's not a
awkward
point of
places.
contention. Nobody's fighting for it. Meanwhile, Ender Rocket's taking a lot of damage from Dereneko. He's able to get himself away, but Merger's going to dwarf himself over and going to take a lot of damage and get blown up by the Jaina and the Mergent. So really, really good pick off there, almost baiting out the damage from the Zebo. As soon as the Zombie Wall came down, though, the Falstad knew something was up and couldn't quite get himself out.
Yeah, he used that updraft to get out of the zombie wall, and that meant he couldn't use it when they went engaged on him on the gate. So, yeah.
Yeah, barrel roll doing work. It does provide a little shield, but the shield not enough. Power throw out at level 1 for the Falstad. So, not a season marksman. We're going to see a more sustained damage. Now, normally with power throw, you can get 3, and if you move correctly, 4 right clicks out from your secret weapon.
Okay.
But and seasoned marksman, it means without the power throw upgrade you can get 2 by default, but if you move correctly you can get 3, which means you have more burst damage but you have less kind of consistent damage, and it does require you to move around. So secret weapon, that third auto attack overall does more damage, but the fact that you do slightly less in the first 2 means that you have less burst damage overall. So that's why people opt for one over the other. Endo Rocket going to get caught out on the Zebo here. Good gravity lapse after the Condemn came down. He's going to end up falling. The Zombie Wall not going to do anything here. And that is going to be a tribute towards... It looks like it's going to be in favour of Inside Games here. But Wolf's going to be coming through and stunning out the Falstad. He's not really going to be in any danger here. The Karazim taking the hammer rack to the face there. Condemn coming down to see Falstad's just constantly trying to channel this, and I think he will get this. This is going to go to Inside Games here.
Yeah, so a little bit of congestion there, but nothing major coming out. And while they were doing that, Siege Giants were pushing this back onto the gates there for 1 out of 5.
Yeah, and at the bottom we've got the Siege Giants doing the same thing, and the Tassadar is constantly shielding them in order to keep them alive as long as possible. So good play there from Coolerino. He's got a lot of mana to play with, but he's just going to have to face shift himself out of that as the gank was attempted and did come down bottom.
Yeah, 3 members there. You don't really want to fight them as a Tassadar. You're not going to be able to get away with that too much.
A snowstorm coming out for Jaina, so larger radius of blizzard. It's not uncommon. I mean, Arcane Intellect and Envenom tend to be common picks, but Snowstorm, definitely not a bad one. We do see
often
that
seen over in
quite
the
often.
Asian meta a bit more of the
Yeah,
Snowstorm,
Asian meta definitely favours it, the Koreans in particular.
Okay, so we're going to have another tribute coming out. This one looks, although it's on Inside Games side of the map, it does look as though 1 out of 5 are the guys who are going to be on point first and going to be defending the slot there.
Falstad is going to stay top lane and keep soaking up there, so an experience advantage going towards Inside Games as they stall out this tribute for as long as possible.
yeah, just throwing things in to stop Grom's channeling it. The Enduin's Might from Keswick just doing work over and over again.
Taking a lot of harass damage from the
out.
Muradin and the Jaina, but not going to be able to kill up the Uther. And yeah, another shield glare coming out and blocking this, and living bombs, and there's an Elduin's Might, and meanwhile Uther's keeping everybody alive, and the Falstad's gaining more and more of an experience advantage. That is half a level.
He's going in there,
yeah, Keck6 doing what he can to stop this, but he's going to pay for his life. Going to be able to stop it again. Didn't explode on him, but did stop it again. Going to have a shield glare potentially coming out. Uther going to throw down the Holy Radiance. This is getting delayed. Meanwhile, the Fort's taking damage in the top lane. Saray taking a lot of damage from the
each time they do this,
Tassadar.
their experience gain is going up and up, because that Falstad just at the top is gaining so much experience. They're nearly half a level.
Hydax, that zombie wall's
going
to body block him. He wasn't caught inside it, but it did stop him getting out. But Kael'thas is going to die for this as well. Uther's Flash of Light not able to save him out. And that's going to be 2 for... and that's going to completely equal up the experience advantage that they got.
Yeah, everything that they just gained, they threw it away by sticking around a little too much.
So, nice thought there. And we're going to actually have Vampiric Assault for Falstad here, instead of what we tend to see. Off the top of my head, I forgot what that is.
Vampiric Assault, 15% healing.
No, I know what Vampiric Assault is. I forget what we tend to see on Falstad level 4.
Oh.
It's not Vampiric Assault. I believe it's a Lightning Rod upgrade.
Yeah, it's normally a Lightning Rod upgrade, I believe. I'm going to have a look.
Yeah, you have a look for them. We're going to have the ultimates come out here for 1 out of 5 before it does on Inside Games. And we're going to have 7-sided Strike, Force Wall, Gargantuan, Water Elemental, not Ring of Frost, and Avatar. Very typical.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the level 10 comes out here for Inside Games. As the Nazebo gets blown up on the top lane, we're going to have the Phoenix coming down, Sanctification from Tyrael, Blessed Shield, Divine Shield from Uther, and that Mighty Gust, the all-important Mighty Gust, which we love to see. 1 out of 5, the tributes spawned in favour of them, so they're potentially going to get a second tribute in a row. Grom's trying to channel it again, that monk constantly being pushed away and stopped. Darren Mako maybe in a bit of a bad position here. I don't think he's going to be able to stop Grom's getting this. An inside gate, so 1 out of 5. Oh, last half a second, going to be able to have that interrupted as the Kael'thas throws an Empowered Flame Strike over. Wolf's doing what he can. They could focus him and potentially take him down.
Oh, Phoenix going down there.
Yeah, Phoenix.
Going to stop this. And they're going to catch out the Muradin. He's going to have to Dwarf toss himself out, but 3's going straight back after him with the Condemn. The Blizzard is coming down, which means the Divine Shield's going to drop to keep Johanna alive.
Yeah,
and they're going to go back.
Being used there. I don't think it should have been.
No, I think Johanna was going to survive that.
Yeah, either way, she would have had. She needed to get healed up, and whether that be with Uther or with a doesn't matter. The fact that it's the Divine Shield used. I mean, it's not the longest cooldown, but it's still a long cooldown, 70 seconds. Phoenix is back up now, so we're going to see that get thrown down in just a moment, I'm sure. After the Holy Radiance from Uther, they are coordinating when they use these skills on cooldowns, and Zargonis, there we go. He's going to throw out the
nice gravity lapse there. So Wolf
Mighty
is
Gust
going in.
Causing disengage. The Phoenix is going to come down. The Muradin taking a lot of damage from this. Disengage, and the Phoenix covering that. The Water Elemental from Jaina was used. It's going to time out those Zargonis taking a lot of damage from this. The Avatar going in. Gets us on the Johanna. The Blizzard coming down. She's taking a lot of damage. Johanna is going to end up falling. So this is going to be second tribute in a row for Inside Games. Sorry, for 1 out of 5.
Yeah, second for 1 out of 5 there. So yeah. Good to see that they themselves only having the Force Wall up, but that is a very short cooldown on the Force Wall. But
Tassador's done some push damage down in the bottom lane.
Yeah, just fighting one-on-one with that Tyrael. And that Tyrael probably doesn't want to be down there on his own with the Sanctification. He wants to be with his team, giving them some shields and having that ability to pop Sanctification if there is another fight like that.
Yes, Sergen here, almost dying to this hard camp. We might end up seeing falling, probably not though. Very, very close as they do pick up those bruises. No bosses attempted yet for either team.
No.
And neither team is particularly good at doing bosses. But I would say it probably favours 1 out of inside games as far as doing bosses, just because they have the right-click damage from the false start.
Yeah, the false stand, and especially once now they're level 13, once they get to 16, that Kale's going to be even stronger with his bombs. So, no, 16's Arcane Barrier. What am I talking about, Nick?
13 is the good.
13's Chain Bomb for the passing it round, but that's not going to help them do a thing. I was thinking Fission Bomb, which is level 7.
Yeah, same with Falstaff's Secret Weapon, which is where the right-click damage comes from.
Yeah.
So this tribute spawning top, which means the next tribute is going to spawn bottom, and it's going to be successfully channeled by Zargonas, but a fight is happening. Tassar getting caught out, going to have to phase shift his way out of there. Phoenix dropping to cover the fight, and this is going to cause 1 out of 5 to want to disengage. Wolves on that Muradin, getting shielded by the Tassadar, staying alive, and the 7-side strike come down is actually going to blow up the Tyrael, so really, really well played by there. Tyrael comes down and lands his Archangel's Wrath on the Tassadar, and Thray going to take a lot of damage, and Mighty Gus able to save him out just about. Meanwhile, the chase is happening onto Hydax on that Uther, and Zargonas on that Kael'thas, and Muradin managing to stun him out, but not going to be able to get him as he does go behind the fort. Hydax using his Holy Radiance in order to kill a zombie, to escape the zombie wall there, and just able to escape. It's very well played by him. This Watchtower still hasn't been touched. Nobody cares about it.
Nobody does care about it. That's very true.
Like I said, because there was 2 tributes in a row top, this next tribute has spawned bottom, and that fight went on so long, the tributes spawned already.
Yeah, and that's going to be in favour of 1 out of 5 there that are going to be on point first, and this is going to be a curse when they do claim that.
Yep, Muradin stopping the Kael'thas from coming in for that, and Zergan's going to be able to take that now. Kep6 looking to see whether or not 1 out of 5 will be attempting to steal the boss, as this is probably going to be point of contention during this curse. Falstad is still in the top lane, soaking that experience, going to be able to fly himself down when he needs to, but I don't think this boss can be tempted or taken, and it looks like 1 out of 5 are going to concede and not try, and just push with the curse instead, which is definitely a smart decision.
Yeah, get some damage down. If you're going to be contested on that boss, go to LA and go see what you can push there. Once it gets towards the end of the boss count, of the curse counter, you can at least go and look at your own boss, potentially. However, inside games probably know what's going on and probably take their own boss. So we have boss for a boss if they do choose to do that.
I think that favours 1 out of 5 a lot, because they have a Tassadar. They can just go down, defend against the boss, and shield the building, so the boss will do less and less damage compared to inside games. Compared to inside games, Falstad just about flying out to safety there, so that was pretty close for him.
Seeing 1 out of 5 coming up there, just get out while he could. So go back to his team. And it looks like they're actually moving towards the boss themselves. They're going to start this boss right as the curse ends. It's going to be a really quick boss here from Inside Games.
Yes, we've got the Falstad with the secret weapon damage coming through, but this is going to be attempted contestation here, as the Dwarf Toss is going to come over in just a moment, I'm sure. Going to not get stunned by that, as he was unstoppable, and he's going to sit there. Wolf's doing what he can, potentially going to see... there goes the Sanctification material, keeping Inside Games in this. Wolf's is going to end up dying on that Muradin, but Johanna's going to fall. The invulnerabilities on the Kael'thas. 7-side strike come down, that means the Karazhan's still alive, but he's going to get stunned out, keeping himself alive just about. I don't know how he didn't die there. He's going to get blown up by the Archangel Wrath, not going to end up killing him because it didn't fall on him. It ended up falling on the Nazebo, who did die. Meanwhile, oh my god,
fantastic fight there for 1 out of 5. They just I don't know how they lived through that.
Yeah, I mean, Force Wall did nothing. That was 5 ultimates versus 4. Phoenix would be used on the boss, so it was 4v4. Mighty Gus wasn't used, wouldn't have done anything, but that Sanctification did so much work for Inside Games. But they killed the Muradin, and then for some reason they just couldn't kill the Karazhan. The heals he was able to put on himself, just a couple heals every now and then, and the Tassar was constantly shielding him. And I'm actually going to have a look at the self-healing done. I don't know why I'm looking at self-healing. That doesn't show me anything. I'm going to look at the healing done. Here we go. Karazhan 30k, and the Tassadar up on 12k. The Uther only having done 21k. So Karazhan definitely healing a lot, and this is going to be a boss attempt here for 1 out of 5.
Yeah, the heroics are mostly back up. Phoenix isn't up at the moment, and Gargantuan isn't up, as it is actually fighting the boss there.
Really good Tyrael Holy Ground there to stop taking the boss and potentially take it himself, but it's not going to be able to. Falstaff flying over, going to Mighty Gus them away from the boss, and going to be able to steal the boss. So it's a steal for a steal. Sanctification coming out from Tyrael, able to keep them alive. Phoenix covering a lot of damage, and there's going to be Muradin falling first again. The 7-side strike come down, not going to do too much. Grom's going to get kited a little bit here by the Chaos and take a lot of damage. He's going to be able to heal himself through this, but maybe die Falstad. Meanwhile, chasing the Jaina, she might end up dying to this. Hydax going to keep himself alive. That Uther doing just enough. Meanwhile, the Chaos chain bombs coming through and blowing up the Karazim and the Zebo. Finally, Jaina does end up escaping from the Falstad as he comes back in to clean up the Tyrael. Sorry, the Tassadar. So a one fight for inside games, and they are now equal in experience, and the Falstad should just be able to come down and take this tribute, and that will be a curse in favour of them with a boss pushing in the top lane.
A very good time for us to come through. It looks like all the cards are coming from inside games now.
Yeah, really good ice spot going to jolt out the gravity lapse from Jaina.
Phoenix just to zone the Jaina out, as this boss is what they need to fall, but actually Wolf's going in onto the heroes there, going to go on to 3 and go on to Zargonis.
Blessed shield landing on the Jaina, and she's going to get blown up there. The Kael'thas and the Johanna able to do enough. With no support being alive, that means the Jaina's dead for an extra 40 seconds after the Tassadar's alive, and they're just going to take a keep and leave. Very well played there. Murden going to end up falling here most likely. He's going to be able to dwarf toss himself over the wall. No, he's not going to get stunned by the Uther, so nice pick up there, and they may just go back in for this, especially if they get this pick up on Groms. The Mighty Gust going to push him away, and that's going to be a dead Karazim. Very well played there by Inside Games. Oh,
nice dash! He's going. The Elden Smite's going to chase after him, but
notice the positioning of that smite. It was behind the Tyrael in order to give his allies the bonus movement speed to catch up with that chase, and very well played by the Tyrael.
Awesome time, though.
Yeah, gonna be a good one. They managed to get a keep up in top lane.
Yeah, got a keep. Bot lane also is pushing on. They're probably going to get that 4, as they do have quite a big wave just pushing there.
Falstad now with Nexus Frenzy. Level 20s have come out for inside games.
Yep.
Oh, Jaina getting caught out by the Force Wall there, and Zergan is going to die after already having used the Ice Block, and this is going to be a dead Jaina again for a minute. She's coming alive and then get picked off immediately. Kexix taking a lot of damage, the Condemn coming out from Johanna to cover the retreat. And whilst they're all pretty low, I don't think they're going to be able to get a single kill. 1 out of 5. Can I just try and defend this keep?
Oh, Wolves, you're in the middle of the team there.
Yeah, the Dwarf Toss not going to take him to safety, as he will end up surviving by the looks of things. And this keep is going to end up surviving as well. Wolves not going down to the right, instead going down to the left, so away from his base. Maybe just trying to distract. Kexix almost dying to a 7-sided strike, able to move out of it, but the Holy Ground blocking him out. Boss Wolves is still alive. He's just doing damage to the Falstad. Wolves can do what he wants at this point, I think. Deroneko on that Falstad trying to run away. The Thunderclap coming down, and he might end up falling, although there's a really good Condemn. The Sanctification comes down from the Tyrael, and that means the Karazim and Zebo are going to take a lot of damage, but finally the Muradin dies, and that's going to be 5 super low health heroes, all around half health, or lower, for the side of Inside Games, as they're going to back off as their boss respawns.
So it looks like most upgrades coming out for 1 out of 5 on their Storm talents. Bolt, however, being picked up by Jaina, and Rewind for Muradin, but Transgression, Force Barrier, and Humungoid for the other 3. Yeah.
So 11-sided strike coming out here for the Karazim. It's always great to see. I mean, the extra duration on Force Wall makes a lot of sense. I don't think this is going to be able to be contested without the Muradin here. From 1 out of 5, they are looking to maybe fake out a delay, but yeah, it's not going to be able to be contested at all. And Sergen on their Jane will be able to take the tribute quite happily, unless the Falstad flies up. And there's going to be 1 tribute in favour of 1 out of 5, but
it's a first tribute. They're probably not going to be too worried about 1 out of 5 taking that. Instead, wanting to focus on getting a push on. They do have a weakened keep in the middle, so if they can get a nice push on there, distract 1 out of 5 from that bot lane where the boss is going to push in on their own, they could potentially pick up a keep either way.
Yeah, Tassadar not going to be able to shield those buildings. He is moving down there as this push doesn't seem to be happening. The boss is up in 4 seconds on the side of 1 out of 5, and Inside Games looking to take that. These late game bosses do a lot of damage to the towers, but they know that their boss is being taken. So Inside Games, so 1 out of 5 just having to contest against Inside Games here. I don't know if they're going to be able to. The Murden doing a lot of work here. Phoenix coming down, doing some good cover damage. 7-side strike's going to land. A huge amount of damage from the coming out from the Jaina on top of the Chaos. That's good sanctification to keep everyone alive and split this fight up. Sergen chasing down, trying to kill the Falstad. All the Chaos either would do. This, the Holy Ground's going to be able to block out the team of 1 out of 5. Yeah, as you say, the boss going the way of Inside Games, but it does look like Uther might end up falling, as might the Tyrael at this point. Tyrael's going to die. Uther, stuck in the zombie wall, gonna end up dying as well. Falstad, meanwhile, has flown down to bottom lane to pick up that tribute, and
Uther does have redemption.
Both bosses are going to be on the call. The boss that was in the bottom lane just finished up getting cleaned up by the core.
And we are at 20 minutes now, so that core has stopped scaling. It's maximum damage and it's maximum health.
Yeah, so that's that 2% damage that was done to it with the Tassadar shields coming in, going to be permanent now and not obviously going to scale up any higher. It's not going to get healed. And
I believe
that's 2% more. That's 2% less that Inside Games need at this point, and we've seen 1% comebacks. We have.
Yep.
I mean, I think we've had a 1% comeback in these tournaments, and if not 1, then less than 5% comeback.
Yes. We have seen some very good comebacks. Not in a while, though, so we could see another one. Don't count 1 out of 5 out just yet.
Yeah, no, they're definitely fighting for this, and kills, they have 2 kills more.
And both experience is equal on both sides right now. That's something to bear in mind. If anything, 1 out of 5 have a very, very slight lead.
Yeah, 1 out of 5 actually, they are down. They still need to take 1 fort and 2 keeps to be equal on buildings. So Wolf's putting himself aggressively, showing where he is, just saying, look, I'm here, we're going to contest this. This tribute is going to be the next fight, and he's going to go in and stun the Falstad. Tyrael able to cover him. Lots of poke damage coming out from the Zebo and the Murden, and the Tassadar and the Jaina, and just doing loads to do it. And Tassadar is actually going to block out the Tyrael, and he's going to end up getting blown up immediately. The 7-side strike come down, 1 out of 5, doing a lot of work here. Wolf's on that Murden. Going to get pushed away with the Mighty Gust. It was a really, really nicely lined up Mighty Gust, but that does mean this second tribute is going to go in favour of of 1 out of 5. And again, nobody cares about this watchtower. Literally nobody cares. That watchtower doesn't need to be there.
They are in awkward positions. They don't really give you vision of anything useful. Yeah, I suppose they cover you people trying to go towards your siege camps, but yeah.
So yeah, that is finally the watchtower taken, so I'm happy. I believe it has been taken multiple times in this game. It keeps being left uncontrolled, just contested. So yeah, this is definitely a final right now we have going on. This is already 1 game up for 1 out of 5. The team in red. So if they win this, they do win the tournament, which is why Inside Games are fighting so hard for this. And this tribute is actually going to spawn in a really good position for 1 out of 5. They're mostly in position, but the Jaina and the Karazim are going to have to go round the back. Karazim might get caught out here. No, he's going to end up going around. But this means the team is split up as a wedge is being driven in between the 2 here. So Tyrael not able to challenge this. This one doesn't matter for 1 out of 5. A good Tassadar Force Wall coming out. I'm not going to be able to fully block out the Johanna. They managed to get the full block out on the Tyrael last fight and blow him up, so we'll see if that works again this time. Gargantuan, not dead, but very, very low health. I don't think the Karazin wants to expend any heals on that, as he is channeling the tribute. Keck6 on the Tyrael going to come in and stop that. Now, Wolf's taking a lot of damage. She's going to stone form up. Numar was stunned on the Catholic. She's going to get absolutely blown up. Wow, that was a lot of damage. I don't really know where that all came from, but Thray taking a lot of damage as well. Mighty Gust for the disengage, leaving, basically saying, Keck6, you're on your own. And he's going to be able to... Oh, he can't squeeze through that gap. No! Tyrael! And that's going to be a curse in favour of 1 out of 5, and Keck6 going to end up dying. He uses Sanctification. Probably a bit of a waste. The Holy Ground not able to block out Wolves from following him, and he is going to end up falling. A good distraction, as his team do start the boss in the bottom lane.
Yeah, but this is definitely good for 1 out of 5. This boss is going to push on to the bottom, but they have got quite a lot of killing power, and they've got all 5 members up right now. Actually, they're coming in for a potential boss steal here, and Johanna is very, very low. They're going to catch her. Indestructible is going to pop. Darren Echo is going to fall very, very low. Sergen just sitting on 3 falls down, and now the boss is there. So instead of having a boss pushing against them...
Mighty Gust was absolutely flawless, but the Jaina bolted over it and took the boss. And GG called from Inside Games.
Yeah.
This is most likely going to be the victory. They are not out yet, but this is most likely going to be a victory.
Yeah, pushing onto a core, and they're going to have a boss pushing on. They can mostly ignore the damage coming out. As long as Sargonis oversteps to put down some damage, they should be able to catch him out, or there's just going to be enough damage on the core before the boss even shows up that game is over. So,
GG, well played to our winners.
1 out of 5 take the series.
Yeah, I mean, just great game from both teams. It could have gone either way, but towards the end, 1 out of 5 were just taking slightly better fights over those tributes, and it ended up winning them the game. So very, very well played from them, and they're our previous champions of 1 out of 5 have won again, second time for them. They're coming back from not winning. Was it last week they didn't win? It was the week before, I believe they won. And yeah, congratulations to them for their second Wall of Heroes victory here at eSports Wall.
Congratulations once again to them. If you've been sitting and watching and you're not taking part, why not get a team together, get onto esportswall.com and sign up. We'll be back next week to do another tournament. Hopefully all the teams that played today will be back, and 1 out of 5, 2 out of 7, maybe there'll be 3 out of 20 next week, or 3 out of 15, I don't know, depends how they're increasing. And they'll hopefully be back to defend their title.
Yeah. Just exciting all around.
Heroes isn't your thing, and you play some League of Legends, come along on I believe it's a Wednesday for League of Legends? No, we're Wednesday.
We're Wednesday. League of Legends is
Tuesday.
Tuesday
for League of Legends. Yesterday. That's the day I was looking for. It's been a long week, guys. If Dota is your thing, and you want to play some Dota 2, come along on a Friday. If you're not a MOBA person and maybe you like playing some card games, we do Hearthstone on a Thursday. And if you like none of those, but you like to score some goals with cars, Rocket League on a Monday. You can find all the details on esportswall.com.
Yeah, and just getting the score uploaded now, so I'm going to put in the second game now. Oh, I'm putting the replays in. So, on the brackets online, I'm actually going to... we're going to keep on the screen. On the brackets, we have... Is that right? Is that right, Shaq? Do the bracket thing. I win all the points. I'm so good at this. But at any cost... on the brackets, you will be able to see the replays. You can download them. You can rewatch. You can download them and watch the replays for yourself. The YouTube videos will be put up by myself on Failhouse Gaming soon, over the next couple of days. Shark, though, for eSports Wall, puts up the entire broadcast on eSports Wall and timestamps in all the games. So that's how the YouTube end is functioning now. And huge shout out to all the teams to participating. Big congratulations to the winning team of 1 out of 5. They do beat Inside Games 2-0 in an amazing final game. That was great. So big shout out to them. Big shout out to all the teams who participated, especially the teams who participated for the first time. Loved having you. And Aatrox Green, high expectations for you next tournament. Crazy 9. Hopefully we'll get to see more of your games if you do join us again next week. And Vigilado, keep coming. Everybody else, keep coming. We do love seeing all of your games. Big thanks to everybody who watched as well. Everyone who tuned in. And we, as we said, we do this every week. We hope to see you joining us again. More giveaways will happen. More prizes, all that good stuff. So, for a final time, a big thank you from me. Big thank you from Nick, I'm sure.
Yes, big thank you from me as well.
And a huge thanks to Shaq, the owner of eSports Wall, who makes this all possible. And until next time, guys.
See you next week.
No! 1 second left, remember. Oh my god, no! No!
Oh, here we go. Griffin gets 2 taken out.
Oh my god, it's a huge moment of sanctification. The meat is going to keep them all alive.
Welcome to my apartment, and welcome to the eSports World Tournament.